Hello everyone, this is Mathematics with Teacher Abbas. So we are in problems involving percentage increase. Problems involving increase. So in the last class we took time to explain the introduction of percentage increase and decrease. So we'll be solving problems here. Number one, increase 850 naira by 5%. Increase 850 naira by 5%. So remember I said you must always be able to write out what has been given, give a description for what has been given. And the things we have, okay, we did some terms in the last class, which was original quantity, the new quantity, the increment or decrement depending on the question, and the percentage increment or percentage decrement also depending on the question. So let's see, increase 850 naira by 5%. So the 850 naira here will be our original quantity. That will be our original quantity, and that's equal to 850 naira. I think we can ignore the 0.00. Okay, so the 5% here is the increment, percentage increment. That would be 5%. Remember that increment is just the additional money on top of the original. So increment is not the new money, or is not the new quantity. Increment is the additional. Okay, so what we have to do is that we have to increase this by this. That means we have to solve and get the new quantity. So first, what do? We need to change, because we cannot add 850 plus 5%, no. So we need to change the percentage increment to normal number first. All right, so let's get our increment equal to 5% all over 100% times the original, which is 850, 5 1 5 here 2. So that will give us 85 all over 2, and that will be equal to 42.5. Since it's money, make it 50. All right, so our increment in money will be 42 naira 50 kobo. 42 naira 50 kobo. All right, so the new quantity in this case, our new quantity, that's new amount. Let me use new amount. New amount equal to 850 naira plus 850 naira plus 42 naira 50 kobo. 850 naira plus 42 naira 50 kobo. So if we add this, let's see, 850 42 point, remember the point is at the end, 0.50. So that will give us 05.298. So that will give us 892 naira 50 kobo. All right, so take note, the new amount is the original quantity plus increment, if it's increment. Okay, number two, a savings account had a balance of 4,000 naira. If the bank adds an interest of 60%, what is the new balance? All right, so add a balance, that's original amount will be equal to 4,000 naira. So if the bank adds an interest, that interest will come in as percentage increase. Percentage increase equals to 60%. Of course, let's find our increase so that we know the new balance. Increase or increment, let's you can still use increase. So increase equal to 60% all over 100% times 4,000 naira 0000. Okay, so that will give us 2,400 naira. So that will be equal to 2,400 naira. That's our increment. So the new quantity, or the new balance will be equal to 4,000 plus 2400, and that will give us 6,400 naira. So that becomes our new balance when an increment of when a 60% increment is done on 4,000 naira. Okay, let's see. Number 3, the salary of 300,000 is increased by 1/2%. How much is the increment in how much in the is the increment, and that should be in naira. How much is the increment in naira? All right, so solution. All right, so a salary of 300,000, that means original salary is equal to 300,000 naira. So our percentage increment equal to 1/2%, which is equal to 11/2%. All right, so let's change that increment or percentage increment to increment. So our increment will be equal to 11/2% all over 100%, then times 300,000. All right, and remember what I told you when we were changing percentage to fraction, that if our percentage is as a if sorry, when we're changing percentage to numbers, I said that if our percentage comes as fraction, just like we have 11/2, then over 100, that the 2 will multiply the 100 down here. So this will be giving us 11. Of course, percent cancels percent, so 11 all over 200 times 300,000. Right, so this. All right, so 2, this will be 1500. All right, so what do we have from there when we multiply 11 times 15? What are we gonna get when we multiply 11 times 15? So 11 times 15 will give us 165. So that means we'll be having 165 and then 00 as our increment. So that will be 16,500 naira as our increment. So the new salary, of course, in naira, our new salary will now be equal to 300,000 plus 16,500. So if you add that, that will give us 316,500 naira. 316,500 naira. So that is what we do in increment. All right, so we take this number 4. Number 4 is a 3-in-1 question. Let's see what we have. Mr. Joe's annual salary of 600,000 is increased by 12%. Find A, his present annual salary, B, his new monthly salary, and C, the difference between his new monthly salary and old monthly salary. So to solve for A, which is his present annual salary, so the original annual salary original annual salary is equal to 600,000 naira. All right, so percentage increment equal to 12%. So let's see, is present annual salary, that's the new annual salary. Of course, we need to get our increment first. We need to get increment first before we can talk about getting the new salary. So increment equal to 12% all over 100% times 600,000. So this and this 0 0. So that's gonna give us 72,000 naira. So 72,000 naira becomes the increment. That becomes the increment. So let's find the new salary. Let's get the new salary. Okay, the new annual salary. Let's differentiate that. So the new annual salary will be equal to 600,000 plus 72,000, and that will give us 672,000 naira. 672,000 naira. All right, so that is present annual salary, 672,000 naira. All right, so let's move to the next question. The next question says, is new monthly salary, new monthly salary, is new monthly salary. So how do we get this new monthly salary? Firstly, annual new annual salary is equal to 672,000 naira. That's his new annual salary. Now his new monthly salary will be equal to the new annual salary which is 672,000 divided by 12. Remember, 12 months makes 1 year, and annual day means a year. So new monthly, that means you are breaking it down into 12 and dividing it into 12. So if we take that 12 into 67, that would be 560. So 5, remainder 7. 12 into 72, that would be 6, and 12 into 0 0 0 0. All right, so his new monthly salary will be equal to 56,000 naira. All right, so question C says the difference between his new monthly salary and old monthly salary. The difference between his new monthly salary and old monthly salary. So let's see, we've gotten the new monthly salary. So let's check the old monthly salary. Before that, let's know the old annual salary. The old annual salary is equal to 600,000. So the old monthly salary is equal to 600,000 all over 12, and that will give us 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira. So that is the old monthly salary. So the difference, of course, you can see the new monthly salary. This is new monthly salary, and then this is the old monthly salary. So the difference is equal to 56,000 minus 50,000 naira. So that will give us a total of 6,000 naira. So that becomes the difference between the new monthly salary and the old monthly salary. So you can see how I'm carefully presenting the questions or the solution. This is one thing in mathematics, being able to carefully present your answers in mathematics shows your deeper understanding of how mathematics is. All right, so that would be all we have for the examples under percentage increase. So you have activity questions here, 8 questions. So you carefully go through them, and then you can do well to share any challenges you have if you have any of them in the comment section. Please do well to like, subscribe, and also share to others. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you for joining, and see you there.